Welcome to the Create with Katrina Julia show by Fit Life Creation, where we talk all the things on wellness, faith, marketing, business, and travel to create a life and business you love. I've been there, friend. I've walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and bondage to freedom, along with transformation in every area of my life. I'm right here with you, walking along on my own path to creating. So tune in so that you learn how to create a life and business you love, hands-on. Let's create it. How to find over $500,000 daily in opportunities, whether you are a creator or an entrepreneur, a brand, or a firm. This is the 2023 February edition. How to find over $5,000 a day in opportunities. Yes, this is real. And yes, I find these and or scale these every single day. It blew my own brain when I got to this point in 2022. Now I'm working to increase the aligned opportunities and the conversions on both business to business and business to consumer. So it's not just opportunities, it's viable and aligned opportunities. So get your pens and your notebooks or your phones out to take notes, whatever it is that you do, because I'm sharing 3 platforms and these are the tip of the iceberg. I interact and automate and or scale over 50 platforms, tech, and teams, marketplaces that I am involved in, and I am constantly creating and scaling them. If you haven't checked out my 75 plus tools to create it like a boss yet, you are missing out, friends, especially the marketing and community sections, whether you tune in on the blog or on the show series. So the first one I want to talk about is Indeed. This one may surprise you because some people think of Indeed simply for jobs, but that is not the case at all, friends. Whether you are looking for B2B opportunities to present what you share as a creator or as a brand or as a firm, you can filter and find things there on a B2B basis for contract, for agency work, and or ongoing work with retainers. You may position it and filter it to better align for you as a contractor too. For example, some of the ways that I leverage and scale Indeed is including fractional CMO work, CFO work, social media management, content creation, influencer management, and find incredible opportunities. I just found this past week a healthcare-based platform to create content and align to pharma with ongoing work for content creation. Okay. So truly, 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 the possibilities are limitless. And I first started leveraging it with social media work and influencer management work in 2022. The second platform that I've been on for years is Brain Trust. This platform is incredible to find projects and work with brands like Google, brands like Porsche, brands like Airbnb, and much, much more. They are predominantly freelancer, but they do have ongoing and are W-2 work. And their starting typical average is 75 hourly. So it's incredible and it's geared with freelance and remote work. So you definitely want to check out Brain Trust. And in my 75 plus tools, you can find an invitation link. So some of you may or may not know, depending on, how long you've been tuning into the show or where you found my podcast. You may or may not know, part of my story is also an MBA and a CPA and work in 7+ industries. And with that, I've recently had the incredible opportunity of one of the platforms I found to leverage and grow our podcast is Earmark CPE. The founders and just Blake and Deborah are amazing. And it's definitely helping the podcast grow and connecting with incredible CPAs that are just like me, looking for ways to earn their CPE or their continuing professional education. Side note, if you set up your own show, you can then also potentially leverage Earmark as well to grow your show. That's another way to leverage tech and platforms and communities to scale in so many ways. Speaking of which, the third platform and or opportunities that I want to share that I discovered in late 2021 is Paro. Paro is a finance and accounting solutions for every stage of your business. They offer more than your next great hire. And Paro's experts provide proven solutions to complex business problems and set you up for long-term success. So, how did I get connected with Paro, and how can you possibly get connected with me on Paro? So, one, I am an expert on Paro for both CFO type work and CMO type work, which I'm going to share about in a second. And or if you're looking for a team to leverage potentially with me, and or in general, you definitely want to submit the link that I've included in the show notes and list me as your referral source for potentially helping you and or simply a referral source, and I will give back a portion of that to Earmark as well. So Paro partners with incredible brands, both small business and larger type brands all around the world. And some of the references include working with Paro has been a very rewarding experience. This team was able to quickly identify a truly remarkable candidate for a CFO/comptroller role, onboard her to our team, and deliver on mission critical budgeting and financial operations. Boris has become a part of our team and provides our insights and expertise and is a pleasure to work with. You can transform your business roadblocks into growth and opportunities. So, exclusive access. Work with the top 2% of finance and accounting experts, including many from the Big Four and Fortune 500. So, that tells you, you guys, whether it's me or anyone, not all experts get past the Paro screening process at all. Unlock talent pools, embrace the future of work, and partner with top tier fractional experts from 60+ industries and 250+ skill sets like myself. Unparalleled speed. They have incredible AI matching tech that's 20 times more efficient than traditional recruitment processes to help you get the right expert delivered to you in days, not weeks. So, as an expert myself, I can also attest to this side of it because although my profile is a little bit different with my experience across industries, across skill sets like strategy, finance, marketing, and operations, I get constant matches that I can accept or deny that then leads to an account manager quick call before a screening call with the client so that we get to mutually see if we align, that then leads to an SOW, that then leads to an onboarding call and setting up the project management and the key deliverables for the project. And if this is something that you want me to help with, even if I'm not a designated expert on your team, by simply connecting, that is something I can also do. Then, not only that, it's an incomparable value with their flex business model that lets you augment your team fully or outsource to help you get the talent you need without paying full-time or big firm price tags. Earn trust while you work with the industry's top experts. You can trust the results, and you get an customer, support, accounting support, success manager, and so much more. And long-term growth with your Paro success team helps you plan your next step to win business today and scale for tomorrow, especially with me leveraging an incredible platform like Paro on the CFO side / CMO side with different things that I do to leverage my skills and my gifts, talents, and abilities as well. And on any given day or any given moment, like if you're an expert that you get screened through Paro, you get to also look at their incredible opportunities across CFO, across advisory, across CPA work, and more. So in an upcoming episode, I'm going to share more in detail about Paro, setting up profiles, how you can leverage as a business, insight into being an expert, insight into referring businesses, like what I'm obviously doing via sharing the Paro network and the Paro experts and whatnot. And even more, even if you are not a CPA, some of the tips and the insights I'm going to be diving deep into truly setting up your profile for success will help you, whether you end up setting up your profile on Indeed, whether you end up setting up your profile on Brain Trust, on Paro, or countless other B2B, business to business, or business to consumer platforms and tech that is out there in 2023. Because my friends, that is something that you absolutely want to think about in leveraging skill sets, in thinking about inflation, especially if you're living in the United States, and in limitless opportunities in so many different ways. Speaking of, as an add-on bonus to this episode, I'm going to be sharing lessons learned in the next segment on what I learned from proposing millions of dollars that will absolutely help you exponentially as well. So stay tuned because that's coming up next. Hey, you guys, I absolutely love Anchor. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Not to mention, it is free. I've used Anchor for over a year now. I've been podcasting for over 3 years, produced over 400 shows, and I can definitely say I cannot see myself going anywhere else. Anchor distributes your show for you so that it can be heard on Spotify, on Apple, on Stitcher, and more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listeners. So that is also something that is totally different and that I did not experience before. There's tools that are built in that literally make it like podcasting for dummies. You can, not that you're a dummy, you're not a dummy, I'm not a dummy, none of us are dummies, but I just think of those books like Such and Such Thing Right for Dummies. You can record, edit your show right from your phone, right from your computer. And you can even add any song from Spotify directly into your episodes. It's truly limitless possibilities for what you may create, whether it's music, your own show, or something the world's never, ever heard of before. And not to mention, you guys, definitely go and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And keep in mind that when podcasting or starting your show, some things that I've learned to create your own show is that you definitely want to be yourself and share things that you're passionate about. Like I share about faith, wellness, business, and travel, and it's 100% me. So what are you waiting for? Go create your own show with Anchor now. What I learned from losing millions of dollars in proposals. Yes, I am talking about losing money because let's be real.
Oftentimes before we get to the million, before you see the people that are creating six figures, there have been so many times that they or we have fallen down flat on our faces. So I, for one, am done with selling anyone on the boat that things will always happen overnight. Now, granted, things may happen sometimes quickly, sometimes you get connected with someone. There's all kinds of possibilities, limitless possibilities for that to happen. But oftentimes, the journey can involve a lot of what I call winning or learning, or failures or losing. And think about it, you guys. When we're children, or when we watch little kids walking or trying to walk, we see them getting up on their little stubby legs, and I've got pictures of me stumbling around on my little fat legs, running around places or running around the Basilica in Rome when my parents were getting ready to leave a refugee camp in Italy. And we cheer each other on. And we're like, oh, the baby's so cute. Oh, he fell or she fell. Oh my God, that's so cute. Somewhere along the way, when we become older, teenagers, adulting, we lose the, oh, it's so cute, they're trying. Then it becomes oftentimes the judgment, the pointing fingers, the laughing, the you can't do that. Let's stop doing that. Let's stop pointing the finger when someone's trying and they're already in such a vulnerable state that likely they're doing something brand new, just like a baby learning to walk, when maybe their circumstances are in complete chaos. Hello, pandemic. Anyone had like a crazy time? Even though I left to travel the world the end of 2020, 2020 was super challenging and hard for me from every single direction. Okay, yes, I had my health, thank you God. Yes, I had a home and an apartment, and I had parents that helped me, but it was super hard despite me pouring in effort, pouring in work. Anyone else on that train too? That sometimes you're like, I'm doing all the things, I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm doing the journaling, the money clearing exercises, and I take time to be, I take time to rest, I'm taking the aligned, inspired action, but things aren't happening as quickly as you would like. Or your past decisions or your circumstances are steady knocking like at the door or on the side of your head, and it's a miracle that you're even here. So I want to acknowledge you. I want to celebrate you, that you are still alive, that you haven't quit, that you keep getting up to #create it. Because you know what, friend? One thing that I always say is create, transform, and inspire, because you are born to. You are. No matter what anyone tells you, no matter what the world tells you, align yourself with truth and love and who you are created to be. So, what I learned from losing millions of dollars in proposals. Yes, I'm going to show you the behind the scenes on my ClickUp from this year alone. You guys, within literally the last 90 days, I've pitched over $7 million in ongoing CMO, CFO type work. So Chief Marketing Officer, Chief Financial Officer. That's one of the things I am focusing on scaling. Influencer management work. Yes, I've won some work. Yes, things are transitioning in many ways. No, I'm not at six figures yet. No, I'm not at seven figures yet. I am at five figures, like many of you out there that are.
So just so you can see for your own eyes, this is one of the dashboards I have created in ClickUp. Now you can see active proposals right here of 854, opportunities which can include things like partnerships, investors, etc., launch forecast for 2022, existing contracts within less than 3 days. This is still not updated from Kajabi and others. And then closed one in the last 90 days, closed one total, and some of that is direct cash, but some of it is direct value. And then look at this. This is what I wanted you to see.
This is the level of work and initiative, and this is tied to our accounts and operations, opportunities of consistent outreach, pitches directly on B2B, and some of this, a lot of this is also directly on business to consumer with online courses and different things as well, and brand partners, as well as influencers, as well as online launches and tracking things like email tracks. But anyway, I digress. So this is, since I started using ClickUp, I think about 2 years ago now, this gives you a figure, and a lot of this is exact or actual. This is like if I found an ongoing influencer management or marketing opportunity, say for $150,000 a year. This is your closed loss within the last 90 days. 4.4 million. Okay. And it's become to where, whether it's this or online courses or whatever it is that I am creating, it's like, okay, what am I learning from this? What am I learning from this opportunity? What am I learning from this platform? And how can I translate this to help others? Shorten the learning curve, make it faster, because you guys, to whom much is given, much is required. And to me, I'm one of those, and I've been like this my whole life, that, hey, if I'm being aligned or I'm being challenged to this level, what's on the other side of this on my journey of financial freedom? Then this shows you additional investor opportunities and meetings within the next 30 days or less. So let's get back to the video. In the journey, they're in the trenches, and you're looking around like, I've put in work like I don't know what. Like at this point, you guys, in my entrepreneurial journey, I've put in more work, both mentally, spiritually, and practically, than I did years ago in corporate at this point. Now, I'm not yet compensated for that, but I'm also trusting that some things are happening quicker, that some things I get to get up again, I get to persevere, I get to learn, I get to figure it out, okay? So some of the things that I've learned, and I'll show you some of the behind the scenes on ClickUp as well towards the end of this video, so don't leave yet. Okay, so there's 5 different things I really want to get in on that I've learned. Number 1 is identify who you serve and how to communicate with them. Okay, so how I communicate in a pitch, on a proposal with Upwork, like I just won a ongoing digital marketing project on a crypto and financial platform on Upwork. So how I communicate there is different, say, than how I may communicate on a more story end basis with an influencer seeking influencer management. Okay, so being cognizant, being aware of that and how to shift that. Okay. Number 2, imagine how you and others want to feel in the experiences that you offer. So what is the transformation? What are the benefits? What are they receiving? What are the steps? So lay it out like a menu. Lay it out like your favorite dish. What's the main course? What are the sides? You know, if you have a dessert, what's the dessert? Like my dessert would be a smoothie bowl, okay? Number 3, and this is where we often get tripped up, is take action consistently. So one of the things I've learned, you guys, so years ago, I would keep going no matter what, but I didn't really feel emotions like I feel them now. But now when I'm not sometimes hitting goals or achieving things, I get in a rut, like a day or 2 days a month. But I've learned, number 1, Katrina, your identity is not in your work or in your status or in your achievements. And that is where I used to focus my identity in. Number 2, to offset that, automate and delegate things. So even when you're in those moments, things are still moving. So one of my virtual assistants will still keep putting things together on a business development standpoint. We'll still be reaching out on those days on LinkedIn or whatever the task is that day. So that gives me comfort and offsets things, right? Then the other thing is you want to see what's happening on what platforms and where you're getting responses. So for example, I regularly now reach out to proposals and things on Indeed, on Upwork, on Brain Trust, to name a few. So I track and see where I'm getting results. And I also challenge myself, okay, Katrina, is this opportunity really going to help you build and scale this online? while you're getting this consistent ongoing income, right? Speaking of online, in the meantime, of course, I'm still building online platforms like YouTube, like my Instagram, my online courses, the blogs, the shows, repurposing content, all the things, and also automating and delegating that. But let's go back to pitching, okay? Then speaking of, number 4, connect with communities online and explore opportunities. So think about platforms like the ones I just mentioned. Indeed, Upwork, like She's Wonderful, Travel Industry Marketing Association. These are some of the platforms and the tools I talk about in my 75 plus tools to create and scale a life and business you love, and in the Create It Summit online. So you can preview and dive deep into all of those. Then number 5, you want to learn and scale, but first, before you scale, simplify to amplify. So I always challenge myself as I'm setting things up, Katrina, how can you get this in 3 to 5 steps? How can you organize the steps to where the priorities and the most important, impactful things are up front in order to interact and to get to the income that you are focusing on getting? And that's the same thing I'm reshifting, you guys, with my online summits and online courses, and transitioning to align to community partners, to sponsors, to influencers, etc. So my first challenge to you would be have you even broken 6 figures in submissions or pitches or proposals, whatever your business is, whatever you're doing? Like, for example, in my online summits, I include tips, tools, and tech, like Herbalife Nutrition, like money tools, like Mint, like QuickBooks, like Live Plan, project management tools like ClickUp, and so many others. So are you leveraging and integrating that? And what are your goals? And are you quitting after the first launch that doesn't go how you want it to go? Well, then guess what? You just guaranteed you're not gonna ever get to those results. Yes, some people hit 5 figures out of the ballpark, or 6 figures, or 7 figures, after they've usually done XYZ amount of work in advance, maybe in a different industry, maybe in a different area. But maybe you're like me, where maybe in the past in corporate or in different things felt easier, or maybe your brain after college was more like, okay, this is what it's supposed to be like. But then we think as an entrepreneur, all of a sudden there's gonna be like this red carpet that rolls out and says, oh, my queen, you've arrived. No, guess what? We get to put in the work. And yes, there are wins every single day. I will be the first one to tell you, celebrate those wins. Note those wins. You got a response to this pitch. You got a response from this hotel. You made this online sale. You got a DM on Instagram, whatever it is. But if you're looking for the consistent and stable income that then grows, are you showing up to that level of stability and consistency and discipline? Because I can tell you, friends, even with 6 to 8 figure results consistently over and over in corporate as an entrepreneur, I've been called out myself on instability in different areas, on maybe not showing up. And it started with faith. It went into then my physical results of losing over 55 pounds. But then I started to see how I was still unstable in believing in myself, and believing that I could create and scale what I love, and believing that I could own and earn and have financial freedom and abundance and flow, that I could travel the world. And step by step, I've overcome those. I'm not financially free yet. I will be. I am on the journey. I am on the path, but I'm sharing this with you guys to know that that's why my question is to you: have you pitched at least 6 figures? Have you pitched at least $1 million? Are you even tracking that on tools like ClickUp or even Excel? Like, I track on ClickUp, and I have a scorecard that I track all the things from business proposals to results to social media metrics on Excel. So I'll show you guys at a glance some behind the scenes, because here's the thing. The first and one of the most, yes, I love creating and scaling what I love, and I love inspiring others to do that too. But the other thing is, you guys, is initiative. Initiative is near and dear to my heart, because that shows me that you're taking action. That shows me that you're putting yourself out there and you're making a decision that no matter what, you're going to keep going. So that is my desire for you to create, transform, and inspire because you are born to.
Are you looking for a fractional CMO like a boss to create your marketing like a boss from A to Z for creators to CEOs and mission based brands? I've gotten the opportunities to work with brands like Google, Airbnb, Thrive Global, Kajabi, ClickUp, Activate, Simple Truth, and much, much more. A fractional CMO, Chief Marketing Officer, is for creators to CEOs and mission based brands to create and scale marketing like a boss with foundation, stability, and growth with strategy, structure, and systems limitlessly. A marketing roadmap from A to Z for the year, B2B, business to business development, integration seamlessly with business to consumer, meaning digital marketing, your emails, social media, influencer marketing, content creation, while creating and scaling your marketing function with freedom, flow, and focus. Some of the reviews say Katrina is an amazing person, super focused and goal oriented. I had both the pleasure and the opportunity to work with her with creating my business from scratch. She helped me simplify tasks and focus on priorities, which reduced immensely the amount of time it would have taken me to set up our community. Whether you are looking to set up a business, marketing, run events, travel tips, or change in your lifestyle, she's got you covered. Gabrielle and Veronica at Vega Community Honduras. So, what does strategy and structure and systems mean in terms of what we are talking about with fractional CMO? From A to Z, you will get implementation and execution of the foundation of a marketing function. In the first month, you will receive an annual roadmap, financial projections, B2B to C priorities in a modern marketing world, and a review, an audit of your existing marketing activities. So you will know, hey, this is working. This is what you're doing great. This is what we get to tweak. This is what we get to shift. And this is what we get to implement. This alone takes some CMOs, chief marketing officers that command over $200,000 a year. Okay, let me say that again. $200,000 plus a year, about 90 days or more to execute. That means most of the time, this is costing companies about, give or take, $60,000 to even get to that. Okay. And trust me, I know from working with corporate Fortune 500 companies, projects, sitting on a board of directors, and much more. We do it for less than 5% on average and in your first month. The ROI alone is over 3,000%, not to mention the time, the frustration, the headaches that you don't go through anymore, and the results that will happen and how you will feel to have it handled. The foundation highlights the strategy of the fractional CMO, where you will get the roadmap, the 90-day to annual plan, the B2B to C priorities, and project management. That's where we start to implement your structure and your dashboard, which leads me to stability helps you have clarity, education, and direction every step of the way in your marketing. You will be in awe and wonder of the creation and implementation of your marketing with B2B to C strategies and structure in the first 90 days. From the B2B to C, the business to business to consumer strategy, to the strategy, structure, and systems tracking results on a dashboard, you will finally feel the confidence you have been craving, my friends, in your marketing. You will receive consistent communication from myself and the community to let you know exactly where things are. All the chaos and the confusion will be gone, and you will be left with solely clarity and calm creativity and confirmation of the results that are happening and on the way. You will learn and see firsthand implemented over 7 platforms and communities and technology to increase the awareness, value, and growth of your brand. Step by step, you will see and learn how to structure your business by sharing your business in an authentic way. Business development platforms, how to pitch long-term business deals and them done for you, access to lists, how to stay stable and consistent and abundant with all the moving parts. I am not available for scarcity, lack, confusion, doubt, and disbelief, my friends. That is part of what you're also going to get with some of the bonuses with the lifestyle and mindset and wellness programs too. The stability section highlights the structure of marketing where you will see your B2B2C strategies with checklists, with templates, with technology, with platforms, with communities, with social media, with influencer marketing, and how to launch. I can't tell you how many CEOs, COOs, CMOs that I've run across, and most of them aren't even integrating but 40% of this. And then they're adding in budgets for social and influencer and literally paralyzed or afraid themselves that they don't have the skill sets or not aligning to the right communities and the right teams and not bringing the value to the company, to the creator, and to the board of directors. Systems. Growth will give you the final pillar in fractional CMO like a boss to show you, if you're not convinced yet, the limitless possibilities. You will experience firsthand the step-by-step process to automate your business, integrate new revenue streams limitlessly, access and assess existing profit margins, line up your launch like a river, like a waterfall, integrate sponsorships, products, placements, creating events and or retreats. Yes, I am limitless and a fractional CMO is limitless. The growth section highlights the systems of the fractional CMO, where you will get the roadmap, the weekly to annual plan, automation and delegation tips, tools, and tech, scaling your business, influencer marketing like a boss, events and retreats, how-tos, and depending on the plans you choose, a VA aligned to your team. Marissa with App Postcards to Seattle says she attended the Costa Rica retreat and got to rebuild, reframe, and scale her brand. You can dive deep, step by step, into the strategy, structure, and systems via the link in bio and scroll down to the fractional CMO like a boss. You will see things highlighted, like you can take the assessment for free. Then beyond that, some of the bonuses in strategy overall includes plus bonuses, personal branding, online presence, tips, tools, and tech. Bonuses include the assessment and annual plan of your existing strategy and marketing, B2B2C strategy to systems, updates, calls, strategy recommendations on both ends, modern marketing, plus the monthly membership in Create It is included so that your mindset, your wellness, your marketing, your business, and travel is aligned to help you co-create a life and business you love with freedom. In structure, we are focusing on stability with monetizing in 8+ ways: vision, goal setting and tracking, your finances, your marketing, your platform, and your pitches. Bonuses include incredible tips and tools and financing, pricing tips and tech, web expansion, freebies list and examples, new and existing revenue evaluation and implementation, B2B2C launches and how they flow seamlessly, social media strategy and scaling, the time, frustration, and wasted money you would have spent, priceless. Systems, growth, The limitless ways a fractional CMO may help you build your brand to limitless growth for years to come include scaling with automating and delegating, leveling up to scale to online courses, launch lineups to integrate it all from B2B to C, influencer marketing like a boss, live events, and retreats. Some bonuses include social media subscription with captions and pictures with Social Curator, products and bundling, implementing your VA, sponsorships and placements, upgrade options for content bundles to have your service or products filmed personally by me or the team in local and or international destinations, and or upgrade to attend our transformational retreats to immerse yourself in the community and create and learn firsthand, and or bring your team and or have me do a co-creative retreat for your team personally. Cindy Boulanger says, Katrina has been a remarkable contributor in most areas of my 3 tourism brands in Costa Rica. Creative, productive, and organized. She contributed to marketing communication by blog posts and press releases, boosting website SEO, increasing visibility of online content, marketing materials to attract customers, creating experiences on Airbnb, contacting grants and investors, and social recommendations, and many other ways to improve the business. In less than a week, she probably execute tasks that could be normally done in a month. I had a hard time catching up with her in my own company. These are not my words, friends. These are people that have worked with me firsthand and very closely. Along with her enthusiasm and positive energy, she is always a step ahead, constantly brings great business ideas, but most importantly, I would say I know how to create it. She says she knows how to execute them. Her time is so well organized between the various responsibilities. She balances competing needs with a lot of professionalism. Besides, she is an outstanding digital writer with a creative approach. She is always ready for new challenges and writing opportunities. You will be impressed by her deep passion and commitment. It seems to be so easy for her to put the right words to the right places for everything to flow. The articles, the tour descriptions, the blog posts, and press releases she wrote goes far beyond my expectations. As a perfectionist, multi-brand owner herself, Katrina could always understand perfectly what I wanted without much explanation. Side note, I'm not a perfectionist. I'm a recovering perfectionist, you guys, but I am absolutely driven by service, purpose, passion, and high quality and progress. Thanks to Katrina, I can see progress, more revenues, and I am more motivated than ever to follow her business plan, which even allows me to take more time to myself. I highly recommend Katrina's marketing services. It is the push everybody needs to lift a business in the twinkling of an eye. I will definitely work with her again. So definitely check out the landing page that I mentioned, and you will see a lot of frequently asked questions that you can dive in deep there, the free assessment that I mentioned, and then the breakdown of the CMO monthly options. And then once you complete the assessment, we will reach out for a 30-minute strategy call to answer any final questions and then get you started, and then go from there to have you sign up for the monthly retainer and the onboarding call. I can't wait to see how you create it next. All the chats on faith, wellness, money, marketing, business, and travel, so you create a life and business you already. Head on over to the blog, the podcast, and the freebies to jumpstart your transformation. If you're ready to dive into the online courses, the live events, or the retreat, and if you want to create with our community on an even deeper level, definitely check out our internships, our influencer collaborations, management, and brand engagement. Let's create it.